All right. Hey, what's up, Dennis? All right. I always like to I always say this even on the Saturday ones. I always like to wait a few minutes before I start saying anything. You never know if people are watching or not, so it's always a safe bet to hold up a few seconds, even though then it seems weird. So, hi Tina, good evening. So, all right. Hey Margaret. So, wow, very cool. So I see it's coming in. Hey Cindy. Awesome, awesome. Great. I'm glad I'm glad some people saw it because I was getting nervous. Hey Shiloh, good evening. Yeah, I was getting worried because it was weird that and I hey, what's up, Donnie? Um I I was talking about some with some friends today. I was like, I noticed that a lot of the just seemed like the posts weren't going there. I even posted about it today too, but it was just odd. So hey Sarah, hey Darlene. Yeah, I'm glad some people are getting it. All right, so I feel a little bit better. So hey Tanya. Yeah, it was kind of weird. So I was kind of keeping my fingers crossed that it was like there'd be a few people watching, So hi Sharon. Um because that's the big thing, you're hoping that some people saw it because I got nervous and but then again, if it's just a couple readings and it's a couple readings and then that's just the way it goes. So we just make do with it. So but glad y'all can make it. Before we get going, hey Rodney, basically what I'll just kind of go over the rules. Sorry, Kristen. um, I want to. So yeah. So essentially, what'll happen is when I finally say we're ready, not yet. um, I will. I'm even going to post it in the chat room, to at the same time, so I know where I can go to, so that way I don't keep going back and searching. Hey, Karen. Hey, Nancy. Um, Hey, Kristen. And basically, so yeah, I'm going to start in just a second once we finish the rules and everything. I will put it in there that I'm ready, and then basically it's first come first serve, and then I'll just keep going through, as much as possible. If we, you know, get through everybody, great. If not, I do have a 9 o'clock Eastern hard stop, but other than that, so at least it gives us a couple hours if we need it. If not, this is it. This is all who shows up. Then we'll go from there. So it is a one card pull. This is a special Halloween Oracle deck. I've had my eye on it for a couple years now, and I guess I can show it. The box. So maybe some of you've seen this, maybe some haven't. And but I've just been kind of blown away by going through it. I've even you know used it on myself tonight. And then I've also, hey Laura, and then hey Lori, and then even tested it on a family member, in my house. And can't it's great because it worked out. So I mean, the one I pulled for myself was fantastic, and then the one I pulled for a family member was spot on too. So I was like, "Ooh, all right." So at least I know it works. Not that I had any doubts on it, but it's just kind of one of those fun things, that let's see what happens and things. So, um, yep. So, but yes, so that's what's going to go down. So it'll be just a one card, basically. I mean, a lot of it, the Oracle cards do have a lot of the definitions on it. If I pick up a little bit more, then I'll expand it. Sometimes certain cards, can obviously have multiple meanings. So, I'll try to, at least give you an idea. But again, we'll just go through it. So if you've ever had a card pulled on a show like this, you've kind of seen it. They're all really pretty much the same. The other thing is, like I said, it's first come first serve. When I should get some paper ready because I'm probably gonna not remember everybody, but you know, it is what it is. I will ask you to let me know when you're ready because I'm not gonna, even if you are in, let's say third spot, and you don't respond that you're ready, then I'm going to move on to the next. Doesn't mean that you can't come back and I can move you down in the list or something like that. So keep that in mind. So when I call your name, then we will I'll give you a minute or two because I want you to at least say that you're ready in the chat room, and then from there, if you don't do anything after a couple minutes, then we'll move on to the next. So that way we can kind of keep some flow. Um, I did say earlier that we are going to go till about 9ish, just for the fact that because I got to shuffle the deck every single time, so it takes a couple minutes in between readings and things. So, but I'm going to try to go through it quickly so that way we can get to a lot of people because we do have a pretty good number in there watching. So, all right, we are set. So hopefully everybody's been having a great day, great week. I know it's only Tuesday, but um, let's get this party started. Hey, Rhonda. All right, so it is now officially in there. So now people can start saying they would. Okay, see, Shiloh's right out of the gate. She was ready. I like that. I'm going to take just a minute just to write a few down as we go, and then so Shiloh, just hang in there. So you'll be first, and then we'll just keep going down the list. Obviously, I'll be stopping. Got it, Darlene. Okay, Tina, gotcha. Dennis, absolutely. Rhonda. Okay, now it's going way too fast. I love it. No, thank you for keep doing that. Like, oh man. Okay. Jesky. Okay, wait. Oh my gosh. How did that get out of order that fast? Hold on now. Let's see here. Keep saying you want keep commenting. This is okay. Maybe I'm gonna not write these down, but this is gonna be bad. How did I get off already? Crazy. Guess I should do these like every day because then I would just be used to it. So yeah. All right. Yes. Okay. Just another minute here. I'll write a few more down. Let's see. Donnie. All right. Karen. Margaret. Hi, Elaine. If I miss saying hi to you guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to write as much of these down as possible. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just going to write a couple more and then I'm going to get going because obviously I'm starting to. People are great about this. All right. All right. Margaret. Yeah, Margaret, yours came through. Hi, Jill. Daniela. All right. All right. Hey, Tim. All right. Okay. All right. Karen, yes, it did. Yep. Yeah, what happened was weird. Is I was writing them, and then it seemed like a couple of them got kind of like moved around on me. So I'm still going to be kind of referencing when I go back up before I call somebody's name. So just to be on the safe side. So just keep that in mind. So if by chance it seems like I got out of order, don't hesitate to say something. So I'm going to get going. We got a great list so far. I will keep following it as best I can, and then we'll see what we do. So obviously I'm going to have to keep going back all the way through. So hey, another Tanya, how you doing? All right. Hey, Carrie. Okay. All right. So Shiloh, give me. All right. So since it's been an extra couple minutes, Shiloh, give me just another heads up, and then let me know you're ready to go. And we're gonna start with Shiloh, and then just to make sure, and then Darlene. Okay. Give me that heads up, Shiloh, and we will go from there. And thank you all for being here this evening. I really, really appreciate it. Glad to do this kind of a Halloween special edition with the new deck. I'm excited. Hopefully, you guys are as well. All right, Shiloh. All right, here we go. Ooh, all right. Well, Shiloh, obviously we've been paying attention to a lot of your posts recently, and I think this is going to probably hit home with you, considering everything that you've been through. Like I said, I've been pretty much following you a lot, along as much as possible. I know I might miss some because obviously some of the algorithms and things, but Shiloh, this one's for you, and forgive me if I don't align this up. And if you look closely, I mean, obviously, you remember these are, Halloween editions, so don't always pay attention to the pictures per se. At least that's how I feel. But Shiloh, obviously, the one key word there at the bottom is strength. I know you've been through a lot, with your family and things, and you've been traveling because of that. So it's not surprising that it's something like this, and at this time, that strength is going to be your much thing that you're looking and needing right now. Obviously, the things that you've been through. You've had all our support, and I think that just kind of validates, that you do have that around you, that you could always rely on us, and I think that's a special thing. Uh, so, and that's cool, Charlotte. Yeah, you can definitely hit me up on the side. So definitely, keep your strength up, in more ways than one, and make sure that you are uh, uh, doing all you can, and keep pushing forward. Especially with everything that you have been through. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit and just kind of confirms a few things for you. So um, cool. So hopefully that works out. And then let's see, I'm going to keep going back up. Darlene, I'm going to go with you next. So give me a second to shuffle. And Darlene, just give me a heads up in the chat room that you're ready. And after Darlene is Tina. I'll try to do that too. I'll try to give everybody a little bit of a who's up next type of thing. So Darlene and then Tina, be ready. That's awesome. Thank you, Shiloh. Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Darlene. 1 second. Let me finish this. All right. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So, Darlene, sorry, I can't do this when I got the microphone in my way. And sorry about the glare. I'll try not to. Yep. There you go. You can probably see it a little bit better. So, and you can kind of see at the bottom there as I try to point towards the microphone a little bit. There's some, Darlene, I don't know if there's something going on that maybe you're regretting. Obviously, it could be, excuse me, could be a number of things, obviously. But, maybe there's something that resonates with you, something haven't been able to do maybe this year, or, maybe there's something else that, that's bothering you that you've regretted. Maybe you haven't, you know, talked to somebody in particular, or haven't reached out to somebody, so you're feeling bad about that. So, but Lori, yeah, we can definitely get to that. I'm still taking people at this time. So yeah, so Darlene, so hopefully there's something that resonates with that. And if not, a lot of times too, sometimes these cards are maybe or they can be something that's on its way. There might be something that is coming up, but then again, it also could be something in your past that you've been it's been on your mind lately. So hopefully that maybe resonates. Again, I keep saying it, but hopefully you might understand it better than I do at this point. Um, so hopefully that makes sense to you. And and if it doesn't, you can always say that in the chat room too. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So, um, cool, Tina. You're welcome. All right, cool. Thanks, Darlene. Tina, just give me just go ahead and just give me a thumbs up that you are ready. I know you said you're there, but let's just do that. And then let me back up real quick. After Tina is Sherry Hartman. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, all right, Tina. All right, 1 second. Okay. Tina's card. Okay. All right, Tina. See if we can get that in there for you a little bit. Mary, I believe I did. Yes, Mary, I did. I did. You're set. Just hang in there. A lot of people in front of you. I keep going the wrong way. So, all right, Tina, you can see what it's saying there: forgiveness, reducing burden, um, and so obviously, there's a lot of things that are going on right now. This year obviously has been different for a lot of us in more ways than one. I'm not sure, Tina, if you are, if there's things that you feel that you haven't released. Maybe there hasn't been some things that you haven't, whether it's personal or with maybe somebody that you haven't um, gotten off your chest, because a lot of times, we as humans tend to hold, some of us hold things in and we tend not to express ourselves. And a lot of times with something like this is, you need to obviously let go of some of those things and, find the way to do that, whether you are, keeping your mind occupied or confronting the very thing. So no problem, Sharon. And if there's something that's been going on that you've been thinking about or something that you haven't forgiven, now's the time to try to get that off of your chest, so to speak. So hi, Kaylee. And don't hesitate to do that. I mean, again, we hold too much in, and, that causes stress and anxiety, and that's not good for you because that starts to eat away at your health and things. So definitely whatever it is, figure out a way to get that off of you. Okay. No problem, Kaylee. Yeah. So I'm going through a list, and what we'll do is I'm going to keep going back. I have so many written down now, and then as I start getting to the bottom of the list I hand wrote, then I'll keep going back through and finding people. So if you guys can hang in there, I know there's a big list right now, so just hang in there for those waiting. Um, so Tina, so hopefully that helps you out a little bit. All right. After that, all right. So I need Sherry Hartman to let me know that you're ready. And then after Sherry is Dennis. So Sherry, let me know you're ready. And then Dennis, make sure you're hanging tight and ready to go. Awesome. You're welcome, Tina. All right, cool. Thank you, Sherry. All right. Okay. All righty, Sherry. Get this for you. Sorry about the glare, guys. It's the computer screen here. I'll just angle it a little bit and move it and twist it and stuff. So, like the bottom word says, illumination. Okay. Um, that would, to me, what I feel that's for you is, whether you are or not, obviously, you have a light of light surrounding you, and whether you are comfortable with that or not, you might see it to where people maybe, and again, this could be a couple different ways, but hopefully whatever way this is resonates with you. And but to be able to have people that might feel comfortable with you, maybe they're going to share certain things with you, and if not, then there's a possibility that there is something on the future. You might, somebody might reach out to you, whether it's somebody or maybe somebody you'll bump into, that they're just going to share some things with you. So it kind of might, it'll be one of those things that just sort of, you radiate this light that people are going to be attracted to, you know, essentially like me, where I do mediumship as well. And, that's what happens is when you basically have the light on, everybody comes in and, sees you. And that's, not only in the flesh, but, spiritual. So, the same applies for this. So, me, for what I get now, again, some of these cards can mean something else, but this is what I am picking up for you. So, because there is other meanings for this, uh, but yeah, Sherry, I would say, be on the lookout for, whether somebody's coming to you about something, and just make sure you're listening to them, or maybe you're going to bump into somebody, and then they're going to share something, profound. It's not going to be like, something, you know horrible and negative per se, but I would just, be ready for it when it does. And you probably will have that moment, even if, unless it happened today already. But just be ready for that, because that might be kind of fun to see how that works out for you. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sherry. Dennis, give me a thumbs up when you are ready. All right. And then after Dennis is Christine Kimball. Christine Kimball. So Dennis and then Christine. You're welcome, Sherry. All right, Dennis, you are ready to go. Awesome, man. Thank you, sir. Get this all ready. All right, Dennis. All right, Dennis. Try to get this without the glare. I gotta see what I'm doing. Risk and reward. So, give you a second to see that. So obviously, for you, Dennis, um, there's something you need to do, and whether you know it or not, there's probably something that you've been thinking about, whether, you know, and again, it could be a job, it could be, moving, or something to that effect. But uh there comes a time when you need to just pull the trigger and do it. As much as it would kind of freak you out and scare you, there's a time where you need to just do it. And you'd be surprised on what ends up happening in the end. As much as you don't understand what could be happening, or what the results are going to be, there's going to be something that will be positive for you in the end. So, whatever it is, whatever you've been thinking about, or whether, you're, again, it could be moving, it could be a job thing, it could be a lot of stuff. And if there's something that's been on your mind a lot lately, do it, because I think you're going to be surprised in what the reward will be in the end. So hopefully that makes sense for you. And, all right. And then let's see. Christine Kimball, and then Rhonda. Christine Kimball. And I will give everybody just a minute or two. And again, with when I do call your name out, you got to let me know that you're ready, because I want to make sure we get through everybody. So, all right, cool. All right, cool. You're welcome, Dennis. You never know, Fox. He might show up again. There's only so many cards in the deck. So, all right, Christine, 1 second. Let me get you all shuffled up here. And then Rhonda, be ready. Oh, well, all right. Well, Christina, this has happened already once tonight, so it always is interesting when it does pop up again. So for you, you've got the Skull of Light, or Illumination. Get that over there. So, um, let me see what if this is the same that applies to you as it did for the other. Um, So so Chris All right. So Christine, what I'm getting for this for you, and again, I've kind of learned when either it's the tarot cards or oracle cards, I kind of still use some of the mediumship stuff to kind of pull in to pull it. So I don't always necessarily say the card is, clearly, for face value and stuff. So I always try to dig a little bit deeper in that. But what I'm picking up for you, Christine, is that the idea of the light is I feel like there's something that's a bright idea for you, and uh, there's been a big idea that you've been thinking about, and I think it's one of those things that it's been so profound that it just feels like it is radiating out of you. Um, Maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't, and if you don't, don't just blow this off. Hold on to it, because you might have something still pop up that you're going to be like, wow. So it's still going to be that kind of moment where the light turns on, and it's going to be, to me, what I truly feel is that it's going to be some type of bright idea. What that bright idea is, we could say it is, as far as inventing something. Maybe that's not it, but you kind of get the idea of where I'm trying to go with this, and when I feel that this is for you. So for you, this again is just going to be this kind of bright idea that will be positive, definitely. So uh, if this makes sense, that's cool and stuff. Hey, Dina. And just see what happens. See what this is. And again, if you already have an idea, or there's something, that you feel is like a great idea for something, then that's definitely it. So hopefully that makes sense. So all right. Okay. All right, Rhonda. And let's see. Let me see who was after Rhonda so they can be ready. All right. After Rhonda was Christine Cisco. So Rhonda and then Christine Cisco. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that does. Thanks, Christine. You're welcome. All right, Rhonda. Let me get you shuffled up here. Hopefully, you guys are liking these decks. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen them all. You never know if we will or won't, but hopefully, you guys are liking these. I'm enjoying it. I know I am. All right, Rhonda. Oh, okay. Well, Rhonda. Of course, I do know quite a bit about you, so I think this is kind of fun. But it's to me, it's makes sense. It's a no brainer, but then again, uh, let's see what you think about this one. So basically, the sacredness of pausing. So, Rhonda, I know that you're involved in a lot of things, and we are. I think it's really neat is that we are obviously we're in fall, but winter's not that only a couple months away officially. But what basically it's telling you is the fact that need to slow down a bit, need to kind of put the brakes on and regroup. Even though I think a lot of us have done that this year, but obviously there's another reason for it. It's, for you to do that in the winter. So, um, doesn't hurt. I mean, obviously, winter is a time for, slowing down, kind of hibernating, so to speak, and things. Not that we all are, itching to get back out in some form of normal life, but, we still got to kind of follow the guidelines and things. But at least this winter, Rhonda, take some notice and slowing down and maybe pausing a little bit as it said. So hopefully, um hopefully that makes sense. And seriously, yeah. So no problem, Dina. I'm gonna keep going through the list, and if you can hang out, we're gonna go as no longer than 9 o'clock Eastern time. So for those that are on the list, please keep hanging out, and we will go as far as 9. Um, cool. So, all righty. So, okay. All right. Thanks, Rhonda. And then that was the You're welcome. And then Christine Cisco, I think it was, if she is still there and ready. And then after Christine, let's see. Sorry. After Christine Cisco is Sarah Donaldson. So I need Christine Cisco and then Sarah. All right, cool. All right, Christine, hang tight. I was scrolling, I wasn't shuffling. All right, Christine. What we got for you? Oh, well, yeah. It's funny how these sometimes these cards just keep popping back up. So this one was like I think right in the beginning, or pretty close to the beginning. So Christine, this one's for you. All about strength. So Christine, for you, it's similar like before. I know for you it really is. You obviously might be uh you might be worried. I feel like there's probably some concerns and things like that, and I think you just gotta need to realize you just got to keep strong through it. There's so many things going on, obviously, but I think for you in your life, you got to keep being strong about things because you worry too much. Okay, well, if you got abundance of it, well, great. But or probably things going on or things that you're worried about and stuff. So but always know that you've got people around you. No, you didn't, Nancy. You're coming up shortly. And so you know, just keep at it. And and the thing too is, uh there's a lot of us, that reach out to us, send us a message. We can always find ways to I see that, Christy. To I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, there's a ton of stuff going on, and obviously, reach out to some of us. So there's so many of us out there. I mean, obviously, if you got close family members and things like that, and it's one thing to kind of reach out and just kind of have a conversation, but don't hesitate to whatever the conversation needs to go, or if you need to share something and have somebody boost you up a little bit, that's the strength that you need. So never feel, and that goes for everybody, never feel that you can't reach out to somebody, and kind of get that boost that you need to whether get through a certain moment right then and there, or if there's some other things that have been building up over time, never hesitate. I mean, there's so many of us that are willing to listen and share some advice, or at least just to be that the person with a couple of years that are going to hear you. So don't never forget about that. There's others that are willing to help push you through it. So hopefully that helps you out. So all right. Hey, Holly. I didn't. This isn't a flute show, so I wish I could play flute and then make Holly melt. That would be great. I wish I could do that right now. Um, I need Sarah and then Nancy. You were after Sarah, so I need Sarah Donaldson to let me know you are ready, and then Nancy, you were after there. You are so welcome. So Sarah, give me a heads up, and then Nancy, be ready. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, get you all ready. Funny, that emoji looks so teeny tiny. I thought it was like a copyright symbol. Like, you copyrighted ready? Hey, Chris. I know, Holly. All right. All right, Sarah, this one's for you. Oh, okay. I like it. So, Sarah, this is, just kind of just because I know you a little bit more, and I think this is probably going to this will, this validates some things that I know about you, and so I think you'll get a kick out of this one because I actually got this for one of my family members before we started tonight, and so it really made validation 100%. So Sarah, this one definitely will. So much like the card says. So there's a lot of things that are available, and there's a lot of possibilities and a lot of different paths that you can go in life. And since I do know you, and I know a little bit what you're uh, going after, just know that you are on the right track. This definitely backs that up. And so, whatever it is, granted I know, uh whatever it is, you are making the right moves, even if it's taking, time, or you're taking some breaks in there, which I know you are. But you know keep doing what you're doing. The card just backs the whole thing, so don't give up, keep pushing forward. And you are on the right track, and you know that. But just know that the possibilities for where you could go with this are endless, and you know that because we've had conversations on that. So uh, I hope that kind of just confirms things for you, which I know it will. So so thanks, Sarah. And then Nancy, give me a heads up. And then after Nancy is Donnie, and so I definitely see him in there. So no, you're good, Holly. That's the cool part. See, at least if I'm doing the mediumship stuff, then I'm a little bit more focused. I won't be paying as close to that. Elaine, you're probably like 3 or 4 more ahead, so hang tight. I know people that have been on the list the longest, it feels like forever. So that's why I'm trying to go through them a little bit quicker and things. So, but you are on there. Like I said, you're about three from now, 3 or 4. I'm sorry, I'm not counting fast enough. So, Nancy, I think, did you give me a heads up yet? I don't know if you did. I'm just going to go back up top just to make sure. All right. Nancy, Donnie, and then I'm just going to go ahead and shoot one more. Karen Hedrick is after Donnie. So Nancy, Donnie, and Karen H. So I'll give Nancy just another second here. And then if not, then we'll go on to Donnie. And if Nancy comes back in, we'll just kind of slip her back in through the mix of things. Me too. I have been playing lately. I did a show last week across the pond, and I got to play a couple tunes for that and stuff. Okay, there you are, Nancy. Great. Okay, cool. So I am still playing. So it's still working out. Um, Trying to consider another CD, which I've been doing for a couple years now, but I'm gonna see if there's some possibilities through the winter if I can do that, especially on my own. I mean, I have a degree in it. You'd think I'd be able to, so we'll see. Oh, okay. Yeah, Nancy, I'm not seeing the emojis at all because I'm looking at the streaming software, so I can only see comments. So, all right, and then sorry, yeah. So if you hit emojis, I'm not going to see them at all until after the show. Hilarious, Nancy. All right, we just got this on the last one, so here it was shuffling a bunch of times, and so um all right, so Nancy, this was for you. We just walked through that with Sarah, so you got the same thing. So you got infinite possibilities. Now, Nancy, I do know you as well. So you've had a lot of changes happen this year in more ways than one. You've had a lot of great things, and obviously there are some things that you are looking towards and for in the new year. So this just kind of shows you that there's different places, different paths, different ways of how you are going to be um presented. So but at the same time, don't be afraid to go after something that is set for, or something that really feels comfortable for you. Obviously use your gut feeling, intuition, so to speak. for that, so that just kind of proves that, the whatever it is that you need to do. Again, I know some things already, since we've talked the last few weeks, but it just kind of backs that. So lots of different directions that you can go. So hopefully that makes sense, which I know it will. So, and Donnie, give me a heads up, buddy. Let me know you're ready. I mean, I'm sure you are, but um, yeah, it's okay, Holly. I mean, I even before last week, I probably didn't touch it in 2 or 3 weeks. It just didn't work out timing wise because I've been working back on site again. All right, cool, Donnie. And so yeah, I will. I've been thinking about it. I haven't really officially said it publicly. At least I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. That I want to do another live performance on this channel again. I wanted to get through Halloween, and we'll see if I want to do it before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving. Um, it might be beneficial, maybe in the next couple of weeks, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be all over the place. Hey, what's up, Matt? No problem. You're welcome, Nancy. We'll see you in a few days. So uh um so we'll see. I'd like to do it again, and if people missed it, you can always go back into my channel, and I did two of them. I think it was April and June. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then uh it was kind of cool because it was a meditation type of thing, and it was always designed to be at the right time. And who knows, maybe in a week or two, when things quiet down, so to speak, it might be a perfect moment for us to all kind of get together and chill out and just listen to some music and kind of forget about everything that's been going on. So, all right, Donnie, here we go. Oh, well, Donnie, interesting, bud. So, this happened to be for Rhonda as well, but you got the same thing. So apparently, Donnie, you need to take it easy in the winter. Uh, you need to kind of just shut down, and even though I know you're itching like no other. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Jill. But Donnie, I know you've been really wanting to do more things and stuff like that, but obviously something bigger is trying to tell you to slow down during the winter. In fact, I think there was a conversation today that we were having about uh uh finding some stuff to do, and um our friend Lindsay was saying, well, not in the winter. So this might be part of that conversation, who knows, but I do like that. So you're slowing down, Donnie, whether you like it or not. I know it is. Well, we'll figure it out. Lindsay and I will figure it out. It's cool. All right, Karen H. Karen H. And then after Karen is Margaret. So I need Karen H. and Margaret to be ready to go. Thank you, sir. So I need Karen to say something. There she is. Cool. All right, Karen, hang tight. And then Margaret, if you're paying attention. You didn't fall asleep on me, hopefully. And if you're ready, Margaret, you can just be ready to say that. So, all right. All right, 1 second, Karen. All right. All right, Karen. Ooh, okay. I was kind of wondering when I was looking through the deck the other day of this, I thought this is kind of a cool card. So again, this is Halloween, but it kind of is neat how this works because even in some tarot cards and things like, or not tarot, but other oracle cards, this is a different picture. So I like this one, but again, it's Halloween themed. So Karen, change. Pretty simple. So whether it is obviously, there could be much like a lot of what some of these oracle cards come up tonight for a lot of you is, things that are going on with you, whether you know it or not. Obviously, things have changed this year, so that's no brainer. But at the same time, for you personally, is there something that, has changed, or is there things that you're looking to change? And all that's going to do is just sort of back, and I'm going to say it a lot because you've been hearing me say it again. for others. Does this, back what you're already kind of going on, what you're already thinking of? So if there's something, a change or a move or something you need to do, then this applies. So, and again, this just kind of shows you that you need to really think harder on it if you are or haven't as much, but at the same time, do that. And the cool thing about the whole mummy thing is that it does, show you, because you never know. I guess really, and the mummy's neat because when you unwrap a mummy, you're not sure what you're going to see or what you're going to get. Much like when you have a cocoon and a butterfly comes out, you don't know what's going to happen, what colors the butterfly going to be, and things like that. So, essentially, that's what we're looking at. So, oh, okay, well, see, Karen, there you go. So, the signs are pointing that it's a good thing. I know it's scary. I've said this already this evening. Changes and things like that are difficult to do when you're trying to head in a different direction, because we don't know. We're just, a lot of us are, there's some of us that are go-getters where we're just going to just do it. We're not going to worry about the what ifs and the negatives, and we're just going to do it. And if something doesn't work out, that's okay. We'll just regroup and keep moving forward. So that's how you have to look at it. So you just got to just bite down and go. You know what I mean? And you'll be surprised, because the other card was a risk and reward that we pulled up earlier, and it was the same thing. You'll be surprised on what the reward will be for you in the end. So definitely, really, really consider that, Karen. All right, Margaret, you are going to be up as soon as I get you shuffled. So thank you, Karen. And then after Margaret is Elaine. And then after Elaine is Mary. So hopefully she's still around. So you're welcome, Karen. All right. Here we go. Margaret. Oh boy, Margaret. Oh man. I mean, not to call Margaret out or anything, but Margaret, has been a client of mine now for a couple years, I think. So, um, interesting about this card, and um, I'm smiling and giddy over this. Hi, Leanne, and um, I'm giddy over this because Margaret, you're really going to get a kick out of this, and I don't think I even need to explain this one to you because it's going to just pretty much make sense. So here we go. So Margaret, you would clearly know what this is about. Uh, the the whole thing with you know, your late husband and your uh, parents and things that have gone. So obviously, you've never not remembered them, but at the same time, you still want to have those positive memories where you are thinking about them and stuff, which I know you are. And so I just think it's great because that just says you 100%. And that's what I love about when these cards, come up, because they really do sort of connect to something that's going on with you. And sure, some of the, if we kept pulling cards, we'd have a big list of things for somebody, but it's fun when you can just pull that one card out and it really hits home with somebody. And like I said, Margaret, I know it does for you. So so keep remembering them, which again, I know you will. So Elaine, give me a heads up. Give me a heads up, Elaine. And then after Elaine is Mary. And I need to go back up top and just make sure I'm staying in the right order. All right, where are we? All right, so we need Elaine and Mary. And after Mary is Fox. So Elaine, Mary, and Fox. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging in there, Mary. Elaine, you are all right. So Elaine's first, and then Mary. Sorry if I'm. Hopefully, I didn't just say that wrong. So, okay, Elaine, we got you. All right, Elaine's up, and then Mary. Hey, what's up, Chuck? All right. You're welcome, Margaret. All right, Elaine. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, all right, Elaine, for you. It's kind of cool because this is the. Sorry, gotta get that reflection out of there. It's the computer screen. So, creating through the ashes. Now we could look at this a bunch of different ways, and you, uh, maybe there's been some traumatic things this year. And again, we've all been through something of it because of obviously the pandemic and things like that. But there might be some other things, whether it's tragic losses to people you knew that were very close to, or again, it could be a lot of things, but you will know personally where it resonates with you. But always know that just because something fell apart or something you lost somebody close to you, uh, never feel that it's the end of it all. Remember that you are going to uh, blossom again, whether it's getting over something that was traumatic or emotional and things like that. But you know it's essentially, in a way, it's like keeping faith. You're sad, or you're upset with something, and then you just kind of just do what you got to do, and pick yourself back up and lean on friends and family to get you through things, whatever it is. But this is just letting you know that whatever it is you're going through. Okay, so you haven't lost anybody, but maybe whether it could be job wise, obviously it could be just the fact that um or the pandemic in general, you know what I mean? Because obviously it's ruined a lot of things. We haven't been able to get to events and go to things that we used to do, and wouldn't never think of. So the other thing is just knowing that there is some light at the end of the tunnel. And so again, it could be just something like that for you, that maybe you've been questioning it, maybe you didn't think like there's ever going to be an end to like the pandemic or something like that. So um, yeah, that's a really cool. And if it doesn't really resonate, just think about it for a couple days and see if something else kind of appears, because sometimes they do. Sometimes it's a little delayed. You might be not thinking of it right at this moment, but you might as soon as you leave the show and stuff like that. So but just it's like, I think obviously it's a cliche. We all know that something goes wrong, we just got to pick ourselves up and get through it, and but again, the when these cards pull up like this, it's just something that yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just think about it. Like I said, it could be a lot of different things, or even like I said, it could be just a simple fact. I mean, seeing everybody, and you don't get to see everybody as much. It could be small. It doesn't always have to be something gigantic either. So keep that in mind. So hopefully maybe when you do a little bit more thinking, it'll resonate. So all right. Okay, Mary, you are up next, and then Fox after that. And and again, for those that have been hanging in there long enough, I'm getting to the bottom of my handwritten list that I've been following. So I will now scroll back up and then find the ones that I didn't write down. So I was trying to keep up, but I didn't want to get too far behind. So for those who are hanging in there, I appreciate that. And then again, once I get to the bottom of the written list, then I'll go back up and start finding everybody that I missed. So, and you're welcome. Okay. Mary, give me another thumbs up just to be safe. Yep, Leanne, just hang tight. Like I said, now I really can't tell you how many more are in front of you, to be honest, because again, I'm going to have to now scroll and find things. So, but yeah, if you can still hang out, that'd be great. Awesome. Thank you, Mary. And, I'm going to keep going. So, I mean, the plan is to just, until either I run out of everybody's kind of gotten a reading, or The clock strikes 9 p.m. Eastern, which is now 65 minutes away. So there's still plenty of time to get to everybody. So I'm not going to just run out on everybody. I have the extra time to do that, to sit here. So yeah, if you can hang out, that'd be great. And if not, I want to do more of these, whether it's just mediumship quick reads or more oracle readings and things like that for you guys. So that's definitely going to happen, the rest of the year and things. We'll try. I say I wish I could tell you how many are in front, but you never know. So all right, Mary. All right. Let me do one more thing because I lost where I was at in the shuffle. All right, Mary. Okay. All right. Yep. Hang in there, Carrie. All right. Yeah. All right. So, Mary, and I love how again, these are Halloween themed oracle cards. And so I think it's kind of fun, but it's neat that, here it is. They're talking about like a zombie, but at the same time, it's all essentially about control. Um, for you, Mary, for you, in a way, I feel like there is some control issues, and the maybe at least to me, okay, because I have to still kind of reach out and see what my guides are even saying too. So I feel like there might be some things that you might not feel like you have total control over at the moment, and that you need to, understand that that's okay. It's not, a bad thing, but at the same time, just keep in mind that you can only do the best that you can. And if you feel like there's a few things that are kind of like all over the place, focus on one thing at a time to try to get that control back. I know, because there's some people that are control freaks. They got to manage every single thing, in a detail, but there might be some things recently that have been all over the place. So, and you're saying right on. So you can see, try to take one thing at a time, and it's real easy to try to do them all, but at the same time you're just doing little teeny little bits, and you're not really just then tackling the one thing. So one thing at a time. Find the one that that maybe means makes more presence of what you need to accomplish or rectify or whatever the case is for you. But work on the one that really points out a little bit more, and then work on the other ones. So sometimes people take on the big ones, or some people like to take the little ones and then work up to the big ones. So whatever feels proper and easier for you, definitely. So well, good. So, all right, Fox is next. Glad to hear that. And then it was Danielle. Let me make sure. Sorry, I'm going to have to go way back up and then we'll start. All right, let's see. Yep, Daniela Munich. I hope that's right. I hope that's right. Daniela M. All right. Did I do that? I did. All right. Daniela. So we got Fox and Daniela. So let's see who's around. Fox is good to go. Okay. Hey, Steph. And you are welcome, Mary. All right, Fox, just a second, buddy. And then Daniela, or Danielle. I might be saying it wrong. Sorry if I butcher anybody's names. I'm terrible with names. I always mess them up, especially last names. I'm horrible because people can't say my official last name, so it's I guess it's just kind of comes with the nature, of it. So I am sorry if I butcher somebody's name. Don't don't be offended, or if you need to phonetically spell it out in the chat room, and then I'll be like, oh, duh. So we're hanging in there, Steph. Hopefully you're doing all right. All right, Fox, this one's for you. Okay. Well, Fox. All right, buddy. Sorry. I always keep going the opposite direction. You can see it, you can read it. The earthly, sorry, I can't do it. Earthly weaver of the world. So um, you probably, hey Tanya, Fox, you could probably take that a couple different ways. Again, I know you pretty well, and there's probably some things that, obviously I'm not going to mention a lot, certain things and stuff like that, but for you, there's obviously you got your hands in a few different things, whether you like it or not. I think you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of different directions and things that are going on, but you know in a way, it's just kind of backing that and confirming, which I think is, you're laughing at the emojis and things in the comments. So you know it just proves, in some way, that you got a lot going on. And obviously, you've been at the forefront of a lot of it, so that's why it makes you sort of the the head person of it. So how you attack it, there that's going to be, how you feel comfortable with it. um you Obviously there's right ways, there's wrong ways, and you have to sort of go with that, and realize that no matter which direction you go, there's obviously something that's going to maybe not go exactly the way you plan it and things, but at the same time, just know that they recognize it, and it's just finding the best course of action moving forward for you. So I know what that means. So um hopefully you'll figure it out, which you will, you know but and then let's see, and then Danielle, and then now I will start going back through the list and finding people. All right. All right, Daniela. Yeah, it should be Daniela. And then let me start scrolling to see if there's others. Carrie, I'm gonna get you. So Carrie after Daniela. So hopefully Carrie's still there. I'll write a few of these down, gang. Lori Shepard after that. Tanya. Tanya A. Sharon. Kaylee. Dina. Figure I just write a few of these down so that way I don't have to scroll too far up, because sorry, gang. Sorry if I'm not saying much. I was just trying to get through, scroll through a bunch of it. All right. Chuck, I think we'll have time for you. Leanne, if you're still around. I mean, it's got a good list going here, but see how we're working it. Okay. All right, let me get to the bottom again. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, Danielle. Danny. Okay. Hey, that works too. I can do that. All right, Danny. All right, so we got Danny. So we got Danny, then Carrie, and then Lori. That's the next few. Yeah, Vicky, I can bring this deck Friday. That's no problem. For sure. Yeah, it'll be kind of cool in person as well. So, all right, Danny, 1 second. Thanks, Gary. I see the comment there. Thanks, Fox. I'm just seeing that now. Okay. All right. Danny. Hmm. So let's just come up with some others. And this is, I think this will make sense to you as well. So it's the winner card that's come up a few times for a couple of the people today. So, it's again, it's one of these that, you know, winter is a time to sort of focus on oneself and not, get deep into things and exploring a lot. I mean, it's a lot of it is just, like I said earlier, it's sort of like a hibernation thing. As like nature shuts down, and everything's kind of dormant and things are kind of resting and stuff. And so, you know, we as humans, a lot of us forget to do that. And so we keep going and then we drive ourselves into issues. Hey, Rodney, take care, buddy. Thanks for coming in. And you tend to forget to take care of yourself, and again, you run yourself into the ground. You start having health issues, and then you're really, kind of on the sidelines, so to speak, for a while because you burnt out. And I'm guilty of it. You try to keep pushing because I'll just do one more thing, and then the next thing you're done for a while. So um so again, with the winter card, it's just letting you know that you probably going to want to take it easy this winter and don't get into too much. Focus on yourself, regenerate. And obviously, again, with everything that's been going on this year, it would be great to do that when you're resting, and then you can, back when the spring happens and everything's coming alive again, you'll break through, and you'll be able to be raring to go, and you'll be fresh. So you need to pause, which is fun to say. Carrie. All right. All right. Carrie, give me, I know you're here, but again, give me a heads up. I like the official, yes, I'm ready. And then Lori, and then Tanya A. Cool, Danny. You're welcome. All right. Hey, Carrie. Let's see. Let's see if give Lori G. Oh, Carrie, there you are. Okay, cool. I was about to say. I'll give you another second. Cool. All right, Carrie. Here we go. All right, Carrie. I will add you to the list. You got several in front of you, but we are. I am going to continue to go till 9, so there's a good chance at this rate, we will get to you. So if you can just hang in there, I appreciate that. We're doing just one card pull, so it's quick. All right, Carrie, this one's for you. Ooh, all right. I was wondering when this one's going to come up too, but you never know. All right. Protection. Carrie. So, a lot of us, I mean, and then not necessarily, I think in general, a lot of us, whether we think about it or not, for me, the things that I do, mediumship and stuff, there's always that or extra thoughts of making sure that I'm always safe, and that, I don't get, especially when I do paranormal stuff, that, I'm allowing things to follow me home, and so there's always that level of protection. Now, I'm not saying you're like me. What I'm saying is just the example of the fact that always making sure that you are surrounding yourself with white light. And I know a lot of people understand what that means. It does not hurt to have that sort of protection. Whether you're religious, you have a faith, or, if you're completely a non-believer of that things, there's still, love and light. That stuff has always existed, and so it never hurts to always have to think of that. And obviously, if you are religious in any way, you can always call upon your guides and angels and um, your gods, your creators, however your faith is, if you have one or not. But never be afraid to always ask for them to watch over you, or have that light, picture yourself with that light illuminating you every single day. When you wake up, hey, let's turn the spotlight on, it's all me today, and then you kind of just go through and do your thing. And it could be goofy like that, but if it's something that you remember every single day, that's the way to do it. So hopefully that makes sense. And it's sort of one of those things again that you just want to do that for yourself, because I think we all need that, you know, to help from a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be unseen things, but the protection too of having the light on, you can maybe avoid an accident, or somebody, uh, getting in your face about something. You kind of, when they see that light, they're not going to bother you, something, like that. So that's just a couple of examples. So definitely call upon that, and ask for that to happen. So hopefully that helps. Thanks, Carrie. And Lori and Tanya A. And I know Tanya, I think she said it a couple times, so I know she's there. So we're going to see if Lori chimes in here. And then, so it's Lori, then Tanya, and then Sharon. So hopefully Sharon's still around. That is the next three. Good. Well, Carrie, then the other side of it is just it's validation to making sure that you continue to do that. Don't, obviously, there's might be a day you miss, but it's just backing that you are doing it. So that's just the other way to look at it. So confirmation. They know it. They're saying it. So, awesome. All right, hang tight, Tanya. Let me see if Lori's still around. We got to give Lori just another one more minute for Lori, and then if not, we will go to you, Tanya. So hang tight, but I'm glad you're saying you're there, because if not, I'm going to go on that. So I'm going to give her just a little bit more. All right. Oh, there's Lori. Awesome. Thanks, Lori. Sorry to wake you. I'm kidding. All right. Lori. Is it really? Yes, Carrie. We could talk about that. Carrie, when we get to when we get to your card, we can bring that back up, and I can explain that a little bit more. So, but let me get to Lori real quick, because let's see, about like seven or eight more for you before we get to you, Carrie. All right. So Lori had this happened earlier with somebody else, and you get the control, or the zombie card. I always get the angle weird here, but whoa. So, Lori, again, for me to sort of see where this fits in with you, um, I do feel, see, now with you, Lori, the control thing comes up with, I feel like there's something that you're probably a little too much in control of. Hopefully you understand that. I feel like there's something you might need to kind of loosen up a little bit and not be so tense about it. At least that's what they're telling me. So, my guy's back here. Literally my guide's back here. Sorry, bad joke. But really, they I do feel that there's something that you really probably little too much on, trying to control, and I think that's hurting you in the long run. So uh you need to loosen up. So hopefully that does make sense for you, and that way you can uh ease up a little bit. And and it's one thing to have to be in control of certain things, and obviously we all have to be in control of certain things in our life, but sometimes there's things that is a little too much, and we need to kind of relax and ease up a little bit, because obviously it can drive you crazy, and so to speak, or where you lose track of other things. Hey, Terry. And so this is be one of those that you probably need to relax a little bit on, and not feel like if that was to happen, that you'll lose it, but it's not. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Lori. All right. And Tanya, I am going to just assume that you're ready, because you've been saying it so much. So, so Yeah, yeah, Lori. I mean, it certainly could be. I mean, when you're opening up and you're trying to explore those, it's real easy to really, get on and try to, and it's like it can't because that's, when you want messages or feelings and things to come through, you can't be in that sort of really hard control state. You have to relax. And so, uh, if you don't relax, it's just going to be, you know, it's going to be tough. So yeah, loosen up a little bit because then that way things will kind of start to flow a little bit more. Because you think about it, imagine damming up a water source like a river. You back it up so much, you're going to have all that pressure and things like that. But you want to let some of it go through, so you need to find the right balance between that. So hopefully that makes sense. So, all right, Sharon, hang tight. We got one in front of you. Hey, Lindsay. So Tanya. All right, all right. Oh my God. Rodney, did I was scrolling through and buddy, I don't remember like you actually saying you wanted a card. I know you were saying you were watching and stuff like that, but um so Rodney, I am sorry if I misunderstood maybe a message earlier, so I will put you on here, buddy. I'm sorry. I thought you said you were leaving um at one point too, but if you wanted a card, okay, I gotcha. I'll put you on the list. So, all right. Sorry, Tanya. Here we go. Yeah, it always happens, whether I do, quick reads, doing mediumship, or if I do cards, there's always something always happens with somebody. So I'm sorry. All right. All right. Here we go, Tanya. What is for you? Oh, okay. All right. Might seem scary. The skull of darkness. Blind spots. Um, sorry, you don't really need to see me. So in a way, much like the card says, what you're being closed off to certain things. You're not keeping your eyes completely open. Always realize that. Yeah, Jill. Yeah, I will, Jill. I'll put you right on here. We got still plenty of time. All right, and but Tanya, uh, you know, a lot of people don't realize. So even there was some, I took some outdoor classes and stuff, and I'm not going to go real long winded because I want to make sure I get through the rest of this. So, um, remember that we always have peripheral vision. So, if you stick your hands out, like right now, I can see my hands, but I'm looking at you guys. You know what I mean? So I can see my hands, my fingers wiggling. So essentially, there's things in a metaphorical, space where that's how things you need to be aware of that are out there. So uh you're losing track of what's all around you. So, and it doesn't have to be like physical objects, but it could be just other things that are going on. Maybe you're missing something, or you're not hearing somebody correctly, or misunderstanding things. So, uh, you might need to slow down a little bit, kind of like the last thing, and uh, loosen up a little bit to where you kind of don't jump so much, but yet sort of use your vision as kind of like the idea of opening yourself up a little bit more to see if there's things that you are missing, because that's one, another great example is for some of us that do like to be in nature, if you're walking down a trail really super fast, you're not seeing a whole lot. Yeah, there's trees, there's a path and stuff like that, but you didn't realize you were passing animals because you were walking by so fast, because you weren't taking the time to slow down to see what's around you. And I always love using that as a reference, because we miss things all the time, and once you slow down, you kind of open it up. So in a way, this will, there's obviously things that you're missing, and because you're just not opened enough. And so, the main thing is go outside, and maybe, and I know it's getting colder, or if you're in your car, and you're sitting at a traffic light or something, um just stare forward, but then pay attention to what's around you. And what that does is that's going to start opening you up mentally to about other things that are going on. So yeah, keep open yourself up a little bit about that, and see what things you might be missing. Hopefully that will be kind of fun for you over the next few weeks. So, all right, Sharon, give me a ready. And thank you, Tanya. Thanks for hanging in there. All right, Terry, I'll put you on there. All right, so we got Sharon and Kaylee and Dina. That is the next three. Sharon. Yep. Chuck, you are coming up after the next three. So, oh, that's cool, Tanya. Awesome. Yep, Chuck, you are the fourth person in the list. So, Sharon, Kaylee. All right, Sharon's ready. So then we got Kaylee, Dina, and then Chuck. So, all right. So Sharon, you are up. All right, let's get you ready. Have some blockages. Yeah, and that's when you're exploring those things, you're going to have them, and it's just that's a part of the process of learning and things. I appreciate you hanging in there, Chuck. Thank you. All right, Sharon. Let's see what you got. Third time tonight. Oh my gosh, this is great. Skull of Light or Illumination. So Sharon, for you. Sharon, this one definitely is more faith based for you. Um, you have and interesting enough, that's because again, I'm tapping in just a little tiny bit. This kind of goes along with some of the things that we were discussing a couple months ago. Um, for this is that people are definitely aware of you on the other side, and they are thinking of you and your family. So for you, this one is just showing the idea that they are around you. Again, I look at the card, but I try to tap in a little bit more, so it's not always what you see on the card or what the wording is. But to me, it's just that they are around you, so they are, and essentially, being that light that illuminates you personally. So you do have family around, and angels and so forth that are watching over you. So that's a pretty powerful one for me for this card, since it's been the third time this has come up. But for you, definitely, definitely, is powerful in this sense for you. So hopefully, that makes hopefully you understand that, and I'm sure you do. So thank you. All right, I gotta wait for Kaylee and then Dina and then Chuck. Let's see if Kaylee M is around. And then Dina, you're next. And then Chuck. Leanne, you're after Chuck. Hey, Kathy. Yep. So Kaylee, Dina, Chuck, and Leanne. That's the next four. And then there's still four more after that. So we're doing pretty good. So let's see if Kaylee. Oh, there she is. Hey, Kaylee. All right. Oh, it's okay, Sharon. I'm glad that it resonates with you. That's awesome. You're so welcome. And that's just what they told me too. So, all right. All right, Kaylee, this one's for you. I think this is the third one for this one too. This is great. Wow, it's so I love this is one fun when you do these cards and stuff, and the messages keep kind of showing up like this. So, Kaylee, if you've been paying attention all night, look what you get. You get the zombie card as well. So all about control. All right. Um, so for you, Kaylee, so what they're telling me is that you need to get you need to get in control of something, is what they're telling me. So it's been interesting because yeah, this is the third or fourth one, and so everybody's been a little bit different. So it's great that they're making sure I understand the meaning for the particular person. So Kaylee, for you, there's something that you need to get control of, and you probably know what that is. Again, there's a lot of different things that it could be, but you're going to know the best of what it means to you. So if there's something that stands out very profoundly and it doesn't feel like you really have a good sense of understanding of it, or you are um, just unsure, definitely reach out to people that might have an idea that maybe can help you out to figure out how to get control of that situation, or whatever it is for you. So um I they are just telling me they're showing me to really grab onto something. So I hope that makes sense for you. So thanks, Kaylee. All right, Dina, Chuck, and Leanne. All right, Dina, Chuck, and Leanne. So I need Dina to give me a shout out. I know she's up. I saw it already, but give me another shout real quick. I will put you on the list, Kathy. About like 6 or 7 from now. So, but we're doing good. So we still got some time. I will go till 9. Okay. Well, good, Kaylee. Yep. And sometimes, like I said, I'm just presenting it. We're not getting deep into that. This isn't like I said, this is just more card pulling and just kind of having my guides kind of give you a little bit, and then letting you figure out, where the rest of it is. If this was mediumship or something, we would go deeper into things and stuff, but there's just not enough time. So, let's see, Dina, give me another shout just to be safe. And then again, Dina, Chuck, and Leanne. And then Carrie, Rodney, Jill, Terry, and Kathy. And you are welcome, Kaylee. So give Dina just another minute. I know she's there. She's probably racing to the phone or something like that. If not, Chuck, give me a heads up too. Let me know if you're good to go. Hope you guys are doing great. It's Tuesday, and I know where I live, Northwest Ohio, we had that nice cooler temperatures today, and um yeah, Clarissa, I can put you on the list for sure. um you know Jennifer, we'll certainly get to it. Yeah, I'll put you on the list, Clarissa. All right, Chuck. Yep, hang on, buddy. Jennifer. Okay. All right. I'll probably start picking up a little bit more speed, so I might not go too many directions and stories like that, because I want to see if I can get through everybody, because we start seeing the end of it, and I'm like, okay, and then not that uh I don't want to get this, I don't want to miss anybody, but I want to make sure we get to everybody before 9 o'clock, and I don't want to leave it at too many people hanging. So um Dina, I'll give you 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to go right to Chuck. And if Dina comes back and she I'm going to squeeze her in wherever that's at. Okay, great, Leanne. You're after Chuck. So, all right. A few more seconds. I know 30 is long, but all right. I'm just going to get ready for Chuck, and then I will squeeze Dina in if she comes back. All right. All right. Here we go, Chuck. This one's for you. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Chuck. All right. So this is yours. Haven't had that tonight. Rejoicing in the present. Joy. So, Chuck, basically the thing is there's a lot. Okay, it goes in some of the things I talked about earlier. We tend to forget about what's happening right now at this moment. So you guys are sitting here, you're getting a reading, a card and things like that. It's enjoying this moment, or in just living at this time, whereas we're so used to either worrying about what happened yesterday, or we're worrying about what's happening tomorrow, but we're forgetting about what's going on right now. So essentially, Chuck, you might be doing that too much. You might be thinking too much of the past, or you might be thinking too much of the future, which, we all, hey, I got to do this tomorrow, I got to do this tomorrow. I mean, that's normal. But if you're completely sitting there and that's all you're doing, and you're forgetting about what's happening right here, you're missing out on things that are happening. So imagine, Chuck, if you didn't know that this was going on, you would have missed out, and this wouldn't have pointed that out to you. So that's what I'm saying. Always, and this is a message for everybody, always make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on right now. Whether it's watching something like this, or doing something at home or whatever it is, live those moments for what they are, because we always, it's been human nature, and we've kind of been programmed that way, to where we don't, we're always thinking about something that's not present to what we need to do now. Again, we need to do some of that, but we also need to worry about what's happening right now. I mean, it's like, getting up and walking out the door, but forgetting to, grab your wallet and keys, that sort of thing. So, I mean, it's, get in the moment where you're thinking about everything you need to do right now versus what's down the road always. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to you, Chuck. All right, Leanne. Thanks for hanging in there, Leanne. I know you've been waiting for a while. So, all right. Then Carrie, Rodney, and Jill. That's after that. So, oh, cool, buddy. Cool. You got it, man. Thank you. Awesome, man. I probably pass you, not this week, but I probably pass you because I typically work in Dearborn. So I drive up from the Toledo area. So, hey, Dina. I was wondering where you were. We were calling for you, Dina. So, Dina, do this for me. Hang tight just a second. Let me do Leanne, and then I'll squeeze you back in. So, just hang tight for a second, okay, Dina? So, I'm going to do Leanne, and then we're going to back up to Dina real quick. All right. All right. Leanne. All right. So, Leanne, don't let it scare you. So the internal cycle begins here. So, just like in tarot reading and things like that, the death card doesn't always mean, something bad. And I've never actually had it come up to where it meant anything in tarot or in oracle cards that, was always a bad thing, like, oh, well, things are about to end on you. It's not how it is. And that's, I think a lot of people get confused on that. But no, what it does mean is there's something that's probably going to end. Doesn't mean somebody's life. It just means that there's something going on that's probably going to be completing. Example real fast would be like, you're finishing up one job and you're going to be starting a new job. That's a perfect explanation of something dying and something then beginning. Or you're moving from this city to the next city. You're going to close out that chapter and then begin a new chapter, things like that. So you should understand where that's going to be or what that means for you in your life. So definitely uh you know it's all good, what I mean? But yeah, definitely. And you said you're not gonna be scared, but that's just good, but yeah, just something's you're gonna have something that's gonna wrap up and then something that's going to begin. So just be noticeable of that, okay? So all right, Dina, we're gonna get to you. Again, I'm gonna start picking up a little bit more speed. Now we are under 30 minutes left, and I want to try to get there. So um I'll probably hold up on that. So if people come in and want something else, I probably will tell them no, which I hate to do, but I want to make sure we get to the rest of people. But so let's do that. So Dina, this one's for you. Okay. Man, fourth or fifth time. All right, Dina. You get the controlled card as well, or zombie card, which is all about control. So for you, what they're saying is, okay, so you're getting a little bit different than everybody else's. So um they're showing me you got control of one thing, but then you're just starting to reach out for something else. Like you're going to try to grab onto two things at the exact same time. Hopefully that makes sense. And you are so welcome, Leanne. You have a great evening. So you got control of something, but you're also trying to reach out and grab something else. So Dina, I'm trying to see what they want to go with that. It's okay. They're telling me it's okay for you to reach out for that other thing, whatever it is. You'll know what it is, because you still got a good grip on the other part. So if you're reaching out to something new or you're just trying to understand something, it's okay. You'll get there. You'll finally get a good grip of that. You just gonna have to just work at it a little bit. That's what they're saying. So uh, just keep at it, and you'll figure it out essentially once you get everything kind of squared away. So there's a couple things. One, you got a good grip. One that you're about to get hold of and be able to understand, and control whatever that is for you. So hopefully that makes sense. I need Carrie, Rodney, and Jill. Have you guys all chime in? Carrie, Rodney, and Jill. All right, Carrie, perfect. All right, let's go. Rodney, awesome. You stay right there. And then Jill after that. Perfect. You got you three ready to go. Awesome. I'm going to keep it going. So I'm just going to bang. I'm just going to keep going. And so you don't go nowhere, you two. All right, cool. Thanks, Tina. You're welcome. All right. All right, Carrie, this one's for you. Well, this will be the second time, so, which it just came up. So the same sort of applies to you, Carrie. uh, Something's obviously ending, and then you're going to be beginning something new. Again, nobody's telling me, this is anything bad for you or somebody close to you. It does refer to you. That's what they're saying. So that, there's something going on that you're going to be wrapping up, or it already has, and then you're going to be starting something brand new. uh, it should be more of a validation thing, or if you're thinking about ending something, then it's just confirming that you're going to end this, and then it's time to make something new again. So hopefully that makes sense for you. All right, again, I'm just going to keep picking up speed here. Rodney, Jill, and then Terry. You're welcome, Dina. All right, Rodney. All right, Rodney. Wow, what is going on with you people tonight? I mean that in a good way. So, Rodney, you get the zombie card and you got control things. Is it a Halloween thing? Am I missing this? Is everybody really wants to be zombies or something? Jeez. So, all right, Rodney, for you, what does the control zombie thing mean for you? So, okay. Wow, this is great. So this is like the fifth or sixth one now. Rodney, what they're showing you really need to reach up to get a hold of something. There's a distinct reason for the reach, but they're showing me that you got to reach up and grab it. So I think what's happening is that there's something that you're reaching for the goals, and that's probably what they really mean is you're reaching for the goals. You have to reach up and you got to grab onto it. So imagine like at the playground, you got the little bars and things like that. Oh, you're so welcome, Carrie. Could be, yeah, very well, easily. um uh so Rodney, if there's something going on, and we've talked just a little bit, so I mean, but there obviously might be some goals that you're looking for, you're set for yourself, and it's just going to be one of those that you just need to reach up and go for it, or maybe you got to jump a little bit. But do it, and that way you'll get control of what you're after. So hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, Jill, you're up, and then Terry, Kathy, Clarissa, and Jennifer, and that will probably wrap it up. All right, Jill, so you're next. I need Terry, Kathy, Clarissa, and Jennifer if you're still around. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out. Sorry about if I missed you earlier. All right, Jill. Aha. All right, Jill. So this is second time tonight this has popped up. And it's interesting is that even this time of year with Halloween, one of the old things that Halloween, does represent is, where there was cultures that did reflect on the people that have passed away. They would, you know, um, and this was said the other day on a show on a show I was on last night. That people would leave the tables when they would be sitting for dinner on Halloween. They would leave empty chairs, and they would still have places for their loved ones to come and sit with them on Halloween. So, uh, hi Gita. Yeah, I mean you can. I mean we're doing one card polls right now, and so we're trying to wrap up because we're getting close to the end of it at 9 o'clock here. So, um, but so for you, Jill, or yeah, Jill, it comes down to just um remembering those loved ones, because sometimes we go on with our lives and we don't take the time to stop and think about them and things. So definitely spend the next couple days thinking about the ones that you've lost and have passed in your life, and don't hesitate to talk to them a little bit and just ask them to be watch over you and stuff. So do that was it's a good idea. So all right, Terry, Kathy, Clarissa, and Jennifer are the ones that I have. So let's see. Oh, there's Terry. Perfect. Okay. And Kathy, you're good. So you're right after. Awesome. All right. Cool. Terry, Kathy, Carissa, and Jennifer. Awesome. All right, Terry. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, this is the craziest thing ever. Well, Terry, you get the zombie. I am going to have a horde of zombies attacking me tonight. Holy smokes. All right, Terry. So, your zombie card and what control means for you. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. All right, Terry. All right, Terry. They're telling me that this was like one of the other zombie cards earlier. You've got something a little too much. You're kind of holding on to something a little too tight, and you definitely need to ease up a bit. Okay. Um, you probably know what it is. I'm sure. You might worry about something, and you probably need to not worry as much. That kind of popped in there. So, uh, just maybe take a couple deep breaths, you know, beat up Ron or something, so, um, and that's her husband, by the way. So that's okay. You can tell him I said to beat you up. So, but yeah, there's definitely something that you're probably worrying a little too much about, and that you need to ease up. I think you're probably putting more into it than you should. So hopefully that'll make sense for you. All right, Kathy. God, I'm telling you, if I get the zombie card again, I might have to call it. I'm just gonna have to shut it down. See, there's. I don't know, Ron. All right, Kathy. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Oh, Kathy. Oh gosh. I did this was in the back of my mind if this was going to pop up for you or not, but I think it's kind of interesting because I know this isn't going to be something you may you because I know because we were just talking yesterday about things, and so I think this is kind of interesting because it's really not going to be what you probably want to hear, but you do need to hear it. um Sorry, I'm laughing at Ron, but Kathy, obviously they're saying that the winter you need to slow down. Even though you just had a bunch of things change, and so you would think that right now for you, this should be full steam ahead because you really are trying to get things established, and I know that. But again, this is what makes it fun that this card popped up for you. Is like, well, but I do see it the other way, because then, as much as you've started a new thing, um, it you obviously don't want to like uh miss something in the process, and again, I know a few things, but I think what this card is really showing for you is the fact that, you know you should slow down in the winter, so that way you can make sure that, since things are brand new right now, everything is aligned, and yes, some things have, but we want to make sure that, everything is in line as we get further into the new year. Then when we start ramping up, when we get into spring and so forth, that way we will feel comfortable, and I should say you, really, not me, but you'll feel comfortable, and that, it'll be that real awesome, flow as we get into the spring and summer. So, all right, Clarissa and Jennifer. All right, Clarissa and Jennifer. I saw you up there. I saw you up higher in the chat there, Clarissa, but just to confirm, you're welcome, Kathy. Don't hate me. The cards did it, not me. But Clarissa and Jennifer. So let me know you guys are ready. All right. Did good, man. We were at the bottom. I get the last two on the list. So that'll be kind of cool. Usually I've always got to, never get to everybody. Okay. All right, Jennifer. Oh, there's Clarissa. Cool. All right. You guys are ready. Awesome. All right. So, Clarissa, you're up first. Okay. Okay. What do we have for you? Oh, okay. Clarissa. Oh, this was a good one, too. The Veil card in reference to the future. So, uh, what is the future for you? That's a nickel for that one. I was thinking of all the signs that they have for psychics and stuff. Some of the old, a nickel to give you a reading for the future and stuff. Um, so, but Clarissa, for you, obviously they want you to. So much as like I was just saying a few minutes ago, not to for Rodney, to go too far ahead. They're what they're saying, Clarissa, is that, you need to do some planning for the future. So, if you've got some goals set, or if you have either, well, if you have goals set, great. If not, you maybe need to make sure that those goals are the proper ones for you. And if you don't have any, then you need to, see what's a priority for you in your life, and then set those goals. Because again, we obviously, again, we do need to still plan things in the future. That's just how it works, and it's how society is for us. But at the same time, um, it's not a bad thing to go a little bit. But again, you thinking about what's, your future's like, and again, you know I don't, know you that well, but again, I'm not thinking about age. I'm not, it doesn't matter where you're at in the age spectrum. You could be, super old, and you could be super young. It doesn't really matter, because you're always planning for things in the future. We all have goals that we see for ourselves, so the same would apply to you. So definitely, uh if you understand what that is, and you have something, or you need to, make sure you sit down and think of that, this week. So thank you, Clarissa. Jennifer. It is, Margaret. It certainly is. It's amazing. All right, Jennifer. All right. Jennifer. Well, Jennifer, I know how your Saturday is going to go. Jennifer, are you going to be getting into trouble? All right, you're welcome, Clarissa. I'm glad that you understand. Um, Jennifer, what's going on? Are you really you be playing pranks on people? What's the deal? um, what really it's saying is, for you, it's not so much of you doing it, it's you to lighten up a little bit. You might be probably a little, um, maybe you're a little closed right now and you're not, you can hear me like, I'm trying to, trying to throw some humor in there, whether it's good or bad, but it's just that kind of lighten up a little bit and things, and, have some fun, again, with everything that's gone on this year. I mean, we're so like kind of, there's tension and things like that. But, you know, the point is we all need to find ways to kind of do that. I mean, even if humor's not your thing, you know, it still is something that you should do. I mean, or watch something funny, or, even if it's something old, an old comedy or things like that, just to get you laughing, to raise up that energy. This is what they're now saying, is like really bump that up. But, have some fun, again, y- there's probably some things that you really enjoy. And again, if there's something that can really, make you smile more and things like that. But, at the same time, we've had so much, and we've all had our moments, throughout, since March, really. But at the same time, we need to, uh, be happy, for once. I mean, and granted, right now we got a lot of stuff in the, this week and next week especially, that I'm sure a lot of you are, thinking a lot about. And, but at the same time, you got to like sort of push some of that away, and then just lighten your moods up a little bit, because, to be grumpy, and or to, I'm not saying that you are, Jennifer, but, I'm just saying is that, to sit there and, be yelling about things, or upset about things, or reading something that bothers you and stuff like that, then you got to find something else that's going to then bring you back out of those moods. So, and it goes for everybody, really. So, um, so hopefully, Jennifer, that, will make sense to you, and that you, can find that kind of moment, or find those things that, will lift you up a little bit, raise your energy up, and make you laugh, because that's really what it's about, is to have some fun. Doesn't matter how old we are, we need to have fun regardless. And if it takes, again, a movie, or talking to family and friends, or whatever the case is, you'll figure it out. Okay, there you go. So you're right. So yeah, you can make it work. You know what I mean? So we all can, and we all should. Um, that way we're not all, because golly, the tension, you can really kind of feel it. You can cut that with a knife. So, um, so we need to lighten up a little bit, and, you know, have some fun again, because there's just too much stuff that's been knocking us down, and I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? You can see, this is why I'm going to make corny jokes, or I'm going to make people laugh and stuff, because it, what, even if it makes you smile, then that's all that matters. Because again, with just that little bit, that little tiny little thing makes a huge difference for people. And so, I don't have a problem making fun of myself, or, saying something corny, and things like that. But, again, if you smile, then it worked, because that's what it takes. Um, so we did great. We actually got through everybody, and that is fantastic. And we had 7 minutes of spare. That is a first. But then again, I usually never had a lot of time. Typically, I have like an hour tops. But this worked out really well. So for those watching this back, just in case, I'm sure there will. There always seems to be people that, and you're welcome, Jennifer. There's always people that seem to watch, and don't realize that this was, when they watch it back, it's was taped, or recorded, and then they're watching it thinking they're going to get a reading. So, I won't be doing that, this time, because there's still other things going on, uh, this week, and I won't have really a whole lot of time. I mean, I'm on vacation from work, but at the same time, I've kind of got myself kind of plugged away with, things to do to keep myself busy, and, not be stuck. Not that this would be, an excuse, but I really wanted to make sure that I did things on my vacation, because I still have to be responsible, for things at home. So it's, been, better than most vacations. But then again, I got more vacations coming up, because I have to burn them, or I'm going to lose them. So, there will be other times. So, oh, Carrie, that's a great idea. We can do that. That would be a great way to close this out. Perfect. Thank you for bringing that back up. So, Carrie, I mean, there, I mean, it's really, I mean, and I'm going to try to do this in the fastest way possible. But this really, I would take more time to explain it, with a lot of things and things. But um Carrie, if you've ever been to a movie, like a theater where you've seen a musical and things like that, and when they do, or you might have seen it on TV, like concerts and things like that, where they put a spotlight on the lead person that's saying something. Um, that's the best way I can describe, having a light to protect you is having a spotlight on you, where everything else is pretty much dark except for this light that's illuminating you. And the idea behind it is you envision that around you. So if you've ever been on stage, or you've at least have been to a concert or been to a theater that's done that, you can see what it looks like when that light just goes all over the top of you. It's just sort of that beam, or that the ray of light that's just hovering on that person. And the idea behind that is uh that blocks out all negativity, that's prevents you, some of us that do paranormal things, that kind of keeps some of the the grumpy and nasty, spirits that want to, cause some mischief and harm to you and others. It's just something that we use that a lot, and even the light comes into healing as well, and that is something that's very, very old, way back, I mean, since the beginning of time. And but what I would do is, like, tonight, after you're done, or maybe you're laying in bed, or you're gonna maybe sit on the couch, maybe you're doing that right now, and kind of, shut down the TV and things like that. Once this is done, I'm stop yapping. But close your eyes and just start breathing, just naturally. Keep your eyes shut, just relax, and don't really try to think about anything. But see the darkness, with your eyes shut. But then, after a couple breaths and you feel like you're relaxed enough, and then in your vision, imagine that light coming down on top of you and illuminating you. See yourself sitting there with this light. So pretend you're like in a third person looking back at yourself, and watch this light surround you. Walk around yourself and just be amazed at how this light is around you, and how this light is going to make you feel safe and secure, and that nothing's going to bother you or affect you. That's probably but the best way in a short amount of time to explain that. um but definitely try that, you know what I mean? And you can always message me later. You can always go to my, this page, the Black Swamp Medium page, and you can always message me there, and we can go deeper into it if you want. You can, like I said, just message me privately. And um okay, so you know a little bit about, so you've got some Reiki behind you. That's cool. Good. Yeah. And see, that's the thing is with Reiki and stuff, that's huge to be able to have a protection with, for you. Um it's one thing to do energy work on somebody, because you are, granted, you're really using energy from a different source, whereas the light, from above, is more of that kind of overall thing. Like I said, we could spend a lot more time talking about this, but um so there is a difference. I guess I messed that up a little bit, but in general, that light is sort of the what comes from the universe. It's the most powerful light there is, next to love. And so the idea again is to just have that illuminate around you, every day when you're sitting there, when you get up in the morning, just, close your eyes when you're, even when you're still in bed, and just feel that light just illuminating your entire body as you're laying in bed. And then, when you get ready to go to bed, you can do the same thing either before you get into bed or into bed. Just have that light, watch over you for the evening and things. So, um, definitely give that a shot. It definitely, you'll see a change and you'll see a change in yourself. You'll feel better. You'll feel a little bit more confident about things, because you have that kind of protection layer around you. But you got to do it all the time. It's not something that you just can try it here and there. You got to be doing it repetitive. So keep that in mind, and then definitely hit me up like you just said, and then we can go deeper into things like that. So let me take a swig, and then I will close this out. So, anyway, thank you so much to everybody that made it tonight. I know a lot of people have already, jumped off. And so I hope if you did get a card, it meant something for you, and validated things, and gave you some encouragement about, things to look towards or for. So I really appreciate your time this evening, and I'm glad that we were able to do this. Hopefully, we'll do this a little bit more, and you guys are so welcome. Thank you, Leanne and Carrie and Sharon. Appreciate you guys hanging in there as long as you were. And we will definitely do more of these, and I'll do some mediumship ones as well. And I do like the card ones a lot because it does change it up, and it's neat to do different things. And if you guys are available, this Saturday, tomorrow night, I'm on with my friend Debbie. We are on Beyond the Silence radio page. We do a show together, and we're going to be talking about Halloween things. So that's tomorrow night at 7 on Beyond the Silence Radio. And then a bi-weekly, so this Saturday, Halloween morning at 9:30 Eastern, I do a morning show just by myself like this. And basically it's kind of like like a chit chat sort of thing. We just kind of get together, we start our day off, we get some, if you got your favorite beverage, whether it's coffee or tea or whatever. And then, we just kind of hang out. You guys can ask questions. I'll highlight, some things that have gone on with me during the week. And that's kind of a fun way to get our day started because I know everybody's, rolling out of bed or just getting ready to get their day started. So definitely come hang out with me Saturday morning. As well. So tomorrow night at 7 on Beyond the Silence Radio and Saturday morning at 9:30 Eastern, and that's a good time. So, with that said, I again can't thank you all enough for being here this evening. It was a great time. We got through everybody, which was fantastic. And if I don't see you again, and you guys don't watch any of the other shows, have a great Halloween this weekend. Continue to be safe. Watch out for each other. Uh, spread a lot of love, and that way we can continue to get through all these troubling times. So as always, thank you and all the love and light to each and every single one of you. And I will see you again tomorrow and Saturday. All right. Good night.